This is Diane with Bolan-Beaty Boogie, and when Marc suggested the topic for this week, I said great, because it's played an important part in my life. Energy in my space. What energy am I running through my body? I started taking a clairvoyance training class a long time ago, and it enabled me, basically, you look at energy all the time. And so it enabled me to look at energy that I was running through my body, running through my space, to pinpoint whose it was, what it was, and did I still want it there. So it was an awareness that was invaluable to me, because being ultra sensitive, you can pick up a lot, and so it gets overwhelming at times. But I wanted to talk about the first reading. We also did aura readings. So the first reading I ever did, I walked into a room and there's a line of readers, and I was put at the left side because the more advanced readers would put on the right, and they would control the reading. So they would be the ones who would, they would go through the layers of someone's aura and talk about it. And if you were on my end, you would, you weren't really allowed, or you don't really say anything, because you were new, for one. But this is my first reading. We were reading this woman, and all the readers, pretty much the ones who were able to talk, or what we were picking up, was all about the same thing. But sometimes there's like an elephant in the room when you're doing a reading on somebody, because you don't really have an opinion or a judgment about the energy. You're just reading the energy that you're being shown. But we could all tell that there was an overwhelming energy in this woman's space that wasn't hers. At one point, I remember I kept getting the visual of her with her human head, but in a bird body. And I don't know what that means. I just, that's what she was showing me. And so I didn't say anything, because it wasn't my turn to talk. And usually, like I said, the beginners don't really get to talk much. But one of the readers down at the other end, the more advanced readers, brought up at one point, and I was shy at the time too, because it was my first reading. She brought up, well, you keep showing me that you're in a bird body with a human head flying around. And I didn't want to break like the energy wave that we had, but I couldn't believe that the other woman said that, because it just seemed like such an unusual image to have. And somebody else was picking that up. And so I was like, well, there's got to be something to this, because two people can't be seeing this. It's just too odd, too different. But in this woman's space, at the end of the reading, the person can talk. And the woman looked at us like we were nuts. She just said, I don't know who you're describing, but that wasn't me at all. And then we had to kind of lightly bring up the fact that, well, that's because there's so many other people's energy in your space that you don't even recognize yourself at this point. And it was her father, mainly her father. It was her father, with a very, very dominant father, and the mother who was kind of backing him up. And it's like, we didn't have any judgment on this. We were just saying, this is what we're seeing. And I don't think she was very happy with it, because she thought that, but we were just saying what we were seeing. So I think that, and I have a lot of other experiences like this, and they're all very fascinating and very interesting. But it's just it's just very interesting to see what energy is in other people's spaces. And I think it's really important to take the time, if you want to look at your energy, and always go with your gut. I mean, even if you get a reading from somebody else, like this, this woman left and probably never thought about it, or thought, that was a waste of her time. But it's an experience to have, and at least now she has something to think about if she wants. So I think if you do get a reading, just go with your gut and say, okay, well, it's however you want to do it. But there could be something that just kind of makes you think about, okay, well, that's something to think about, and now I have that option at least. So hope you enjoy the show this week. Oh, yes. My guides are asking me to remind you that Marc and I do have a blog. or a website, www.channelingmarc.com. There's a lot of information. Take a look if you get a chance. Yeah. Here I am. Oh. Yeah, that was pretty good. Right, gotten pretty fast. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Ooh, just working the mouth muscles here. Yeah, putting my spin on things. Yep. Okay. Hello everyone. This is Marc. Here in spirit, but temporarily uh, utilizing Diane's body on Earth. Okay. Yeah. You may have known me, or you may know me as Marc from the rock band T-Rex. Okay. Yeah. So today is we're going to talk about, is it a kind of a theme show? Yeah. I got my friends here too. So you'll hear me talking to them. Yeah. So it's kind of a themed show. And it's something that I know is very important to Diane. And I asked her if she would be cool with talking about it on the show. And she said, yeah, sounds good. Okay, so yeah. So, and yeah. I'm bringing that up. Okay, yeah, we're seeing a trend in spirit. And it's not that it hasn't been happening. And trends aren't bad. No. I'm not saying bad, good, whatever, but we're just noticing it, okay? So it's about... Yeah, and I think a lot of people might shut down. Okay, and it's understandable. Okay, when we talk about self-awareness, okay, it sounds like a lot of work, right? It does. Okay, let's admit it. Okay, it does sound like a lot of work. It sounds like there's homework, something you've got to do, and there's more fun things to do in life, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, but you can have fun doing this, okay? And your life will get, it will change if you're not adamant about it, but if you pursue it, okay? It does take but work is not necessarily a bad thing, right? It's not necessarily a bad thing. And you will start seeing changes, okay? Changes for the better. If you start putting this into practice. Okay, so let's talk about it. Now let's talk about what we're seeing in spirit to begin with, and then anything that we can do to kind of help motivate you, or just explain things a little bit, okay? Okay, so in spirit right now, we are seeing a trend. And I did ask Diane, like I said, if we could bring this on the show. And then she started thinking back, well, she'll tell you. She started thinking back about how she's experienced this and what she does. Right. Okay, so, yeah. So, in general, it seems like... Hold on. Yeah, we might have some guests. They might be coming, but they might... Yeah, we think we have some guests coming. Okay, yep. Okay, so... there's trends, and this happens throughout human history, okay? It's not like this is the first time this has ever happened. It comes and goes in waves, okay? It builds up an intensity, and then once it gets to kind of a peak level, it will unpeak. Yeah. And then it starts again, right? Let's see, an average of year... Well, it just depends. When it's like I've always said, the majority rules, kind of. Yeah, where you are, the majority energy kind of rules, not necessarily meaning that's right or wrong. We're not judging anything here. No, we're just helping you maybe become aware of what's happening in your environment and possibly in your lives, okay? And we do care, of course. But we don't really, in spirit, we watch and we do, we watch, okay? And, obviously, okay, yeah, everyone's got their own opinion, even in spirit, okay? You have an opinion. You're not some, otherworldly being. Well, you are an otherworldly spirit when you get back into spirit, but it doesn't mean we're not all, yeah. I mean, we're not all, we have personalities, we still have opinions about things, right? Mm-hmm. You don't lose that. You don't become, at least at not the level I'm at right now, or the frequency I'm at. I still have my opinions. I still, I do see things from a different viewpoint than when I was, of course, physical human. But I still see things and I can still be concerned. Okay. Yeah, and yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I have a little bit of concern. Okay. But like I said, things peak out and then they go back. Right. So we'll see where this goes. But anyway, well, yeah, I would say it's a slight concern. Right. Um, so that's why I'm coming here to talk about it. Okay. Yeah. So what happens is, yeah. So I'm trying to, yeah. I'm trying to voice this so it doesn't sound like homework. When when you are living your physical body, okay, you have your spirit obviously connected to it as well. Okay. Now this is all made of energy, and since the day you were born, you have your own energy. Okay, in that space, in your aura. Okay. Uh, but yeah, and when you're a baby, and yeah, probably a lot of you are you're aware of this, but when you are a child, you're pretty much a clean slate. I mean, you do have your personality, you do have what you your agenda, sometimes what you wanted to accomplish in this life, depending on the physical body, where you were born, who you're going to be, who you want to be, right. But it's kind of a blank slate. Okay. And then you start picking up things. Okay. You start going to school, you start um, being taught things or told things. This is the way to think. This is the way you shouldn't think. This is who you should be, right? So it's a lot coming at you. Okay. And you're aware of this, but okay. This is the clincher about the whole thing. How much do you want to hold on to, right? How much did you hold on to? Right. There could be religious aspects to this. There could be governmental aspects. There could be, educational. There could be, family. Family, very important, very important. You wouldn't believe really how much energy you're holding on from your families, okay? And that's why it's a complex dichotomy. Yep. Because of course you love, I mean, well, most of the time, you do love your family. They're the closest humans. Yeah, I mean, the family you grew up with is what I'm saying. Right. I mean, they're all around you every day. They influence, they do. 100% influence who you are. Okay. Good or bad. Good or bad. And, well, I don't mean good or bad. But the amount, okay, that's what I meant. Yep. So, the amount, the percentage of how much they're influencing your life. Okay. So, so when we look from spirit at your energy, we can tell right away. We can tell right away how much of your energy is you, the person you want to be, the person you are, the soul who you are, and how much is somebody else or something else. Okay. It'll show itself in frequency. It'll show itself in patterns, maybe, and it'll show itself in colors. And I mean, it could be. I mean, we look at energy, right? Right. So that's how we're going to see it. And there's, like I said, no right or wrong. It's just that we were just, I'm coming here today to just say, okay, well, this is how spirit sees things, and this is how we're seeing what's happening right now. Okay, so and awareness. This is why I am talking about this today, is to just bring up awareness of this if you're not already aware of it, right? Okay, so so the trend right now, like I'm saying, is it's kind of coming to. Is it coming? It's not coming to a peak yet. No. It's got a while. It's got a while for that. Okay, but So so if you can just stop with me a second. And just, it's always good to meditate. I always say that. Okay, I always say that because a lot of this is going to become more apparent when you quiet your mind and you do meditation. So but a lot of people don't want to do that. But just, bear with me. Bear with me. That's not something I would normally say. Okay, just, work with me. Maybe that's better. Okay, so just yes, be calm for a little bit and think, okay? Maybe think about, okay, well, if you ask yourself, oh, who or what's energy, does that sound right? Is in my space right now. And then does somebody pop up? Does a face pop up? Does an ideology pop up? Yeah, just ask yourself, become aware of who else might be in this space with you, or what might be in this space with you. Is it a doctrine? Is it a family member? Is it a colleague? Is it a sibling? Who is it? Who is it? Right? And see who pops up. And then you can ask yourself, okay, well, what are you doing here? And do I want this here? Do I want this energy here? Okay. Now, okay, how did it get there? Okay. Yeah. Well, it depends on who you talk to, right? It depends on who you talk to. Some people will say, well, I didn't have any choice. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Or yeah. Or yeah. So this is it. This is it. This is, yeah. Okay. Some people will say, I can't, it's not my fault. It was, yeah. So it depends on who you talk to about this. Some people, or some spirits, some people will say, I didn't have any choice. I had to take this on. It was something I was brought up with. It was something, and that's cool. That's really cool. But yeah. So I'm just asking to be aware of that you have taken it on. Okay, that you have accepted it, that you have brought that into your space. And are you still cool with it? Right? That's what that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. To just be aware. And maybe if you're not cool with it anymore, maybe you've changed, maybe you want to change how you run the energy through your body. To just look at it and say, okay, well, that suited me, or that was fine 10 years ago, but it's feeling outdated now. And maybe that's not who I want to be. Maybe that's not the energy I want to run through my body, because that's what you're doing. Okay. You take in energy and you pull it out. Yeah. And so that's what meditation means. Okay. Looking at energy, feeling energy. Okay. It's both. It's feeling it and looking at it. Okay. And yeah, so sometimes you might get a day when you don't feel quite right. Things don't really add up. You're wondering why something's bothering you. You can't pinpoint what it is, right? Right. This could be what's causing it. This could be what's causing it. Okay. And there are various things you can do, and we'll talk about that in a second. Okay. But I think I'm going to bring in some guests. Yeah. Let's bring in some guests who are in, well, we'll see where they're from. We'll ask them. Okay. And they'll just talk about how they see this happening, and not necessarily just with humans. No. I mean, this happens with anyone who's in a physical body, even, animals, anybody. Well, animals have instinct, and they don't really have, not to the degree, of course, because animals are really cool. And, well, you know what I mean. Animals are really, really cool in the sense that they don't really have too much of a judgment system, and they work out of instinct, and they don't sit and think about things that humans think about. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so let's bring in the guest. Okay, yeah, Professor. I see the professor coming. Okay. Okay, Professor, please come in. Okay, so here's the professor. I know the professor well. Professor, do you want to give a name? Seberg. Okay, good. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Okay, Professor Seberg. Okay, now you are in spirit. Right. So you are non-physical at this point. Right. But you do, have you been physical? Not that, well, he said he has been physical, but it's been so long ago, why bother talking about it? Right. But you do remember. Okay, and it was not on Earth. Okay, Professor. Okay, so yeah, you know what we're looking at. We're looking at energy flow through. We're talking about specifically humans today. Okay, energy flow through human bodies. How to be aware about what you are running through your body. Whose energy, and do you still want it there? How did it get there? Is that important? But let me ask you this. Okay, yeah. So what do you think about all this? Okay, so yeah, the professor is saying it's very, 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 very important. Okay, this is a very important aspect of being human. And this could really, and it can affect your happiness. It can affect your peace. It can affect how you get through your day-to-day life. Right. If things feel, he's saying, specifically, if things feel overwhelming, maybe stop, reflect, and think about Why? Okay, yeah. Good point. Okay, so he's saying it's getting to be, well, lifestyles on Earth are getting to be, yeah, they're obviously they're a lot different than 50, 60 years ago. They're a lot more complex. There's a lot more technology involved. There's a lot more pressure to be something else or something or someone else, or to get on top, or to make money, or to be successful, whatever that means to you. Right. And so he's saying that a lot of people are finding it harder and harder to um, be, what do you, yeah, okay, with oneself, okay, and it's a lot more fast paced when you think about, after the computers came, and so he's saying it's more of a challenge sometimes. It can be more of a challenge if you don't make the effort to do something about it. Right. So so he's showing me an image of riding on a roller coaster. Yeah. So you're just riding on this roller coaster without stopping. Okay, it doesn't stop. It doesn't slow down. It just keeps going and going and going, and that's how a lot of people today lead their lives, or live their lives. Right. And everything's whirling by at such a fast pace that if you look to the left or the right, it's just a blur. Right. So I think so okay, what else? Yeah. So he's saying, in order to get off this roller coaster, okay, now you may like being on the roller coaster. This may be something that you enjoy and something that it suits you well. Okay, so that's great. But if you're looking for something maybe a little different, okay, I mean, and he's saying that this is also a method you can use if you want to visualize things this way. If you want to, you could visually see the roller coaster slowing down if you want. Yeah. So if you, let's say you want to, okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah, let's say, okay, get on the roller coaster and just let it go at your normal pace, whatever that may be. Just say, okay, I'm taking a ride on this visual roller coaster, and and at the pace of whatever you're leading your life, or at the space, not pace, but space you are leading your life right now, and see where it goes. See how, does it start off really fast? Does it start off really slow? Does it just take off? Okay, so he's saying you have the power to slow it down. Okay, you have the power if you want to visualize slowing it down a bit, and then you could stop it altogether and just stop and look around you and see what's there. Right. So that's one way you can visualize this. Okay. Okay. And what else, Professor? Yeah. Oh, he's saying you can also, you can get off at stops if you want. You can get off at stops. Let's say you want to be taken to, and you don't even have to know the answer necessarily yet, but if you want to be taken to a stop that shows what's the most powerful or the most abundant energy in your space right now, that you are running your body off of, ask to be taken to that stop. Get out and then see what's there. Now, again, do you see an image of somebody you know? Do you see an image of a institution? Do you see yourself? Do you see what's that stop? What does that hold for you? And you can keep doing that. You can keep doing it. And that will help you recognize what's in your space and do you really want it there? Okay? Because he's saying that if things get too fast, if you're on this roller coaster, you're not going to necessarily, see, and it's all up to you. It's all up to you whether or not you want to kind of figure out what's going on here. But knowing who you are, knowing what energy you're running through your body is important. Yeah, right, Professor. It is very, 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 very important. Okay. What are you saying? Outside stimuli. Yeah. Okay. And it's also, and it also, what else are you putting in your body is what he's saying. That might be a stop. Right. Okay. So look at that. That is also energy in your space. Okay. It could be alcohol. It could be, whatever you might be smoking, whatever you might be, drinking, food, types of food, or drugs, whatever. Okay, that's a big influence in your life as well. Okay, so you could stop and look at that. Yeah, that could be a number of stops. Okay, okay. So yeah, what else, Professor? What else would you like to say? Yeah. No, he said, okay, now you study this because, okay, so you were just, yeah, so you are a doctor or a doctrine, doctor, yeah, of, oh, philosophy too, okay, but you do look at energy and how it's created, how it is sustained, and where it goes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, that's a good, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Okay, so let's say somebody makes a stop and they see some energy, something comes to them, and they stop and say, okay, yeah, I kind of feel that in my body, I kind of feel pressure, or I feel like somebody's actually stepping in my space. That could be another way you could see it, like somebody's actually stepping in your aura. Right, right, right. And you're like, okay, I don't want that there anymore. Okay, I don't want them or that energy. And yeah, maybe you don't even have to identify who or what it is. It just feels foreign to you. And you're like, okay, yeah, I've felt that and I'm ready to get rid of it. How do they do that? Okay. Okay. So he's saying the best way is to visualize the energy. Okay. And everyone who's watching this has the ability to do this. Okay. It's better. Yeah. It's better if you do meditate, because it will enable you to better see energy and feel energy, because it's that quiet, kind of peaceful, to yourself space. Okay. So we would all advise that. Okay. So yeah, let's go on. Yeah. So you can see, if you can see the energy, if you can feel the energy, in some way, and you can say to yourself, okay, well, this doesn't suit me anymore. I would like this out. You can visualize it. How would you could blow it up. You can move it out. Okay. If you move it out or blow it up, you want to move it out a distance and do that. Okay. Do that. You can also say, yeah, I can see you. Yeah, you no longer serve a purpose with me, and you are no longer welcome in my space. Something like that. So take the power back from whatever energy might be in your space. Right, 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 right. It's very important. It's very important, okay? Because ideally, you would like to run your body, your life, with your own energy, without being influenced necessarily by others. And well, yeah, let's look at that. Okay, so let's say you had a family who you dearly loved or dearly love. And you're like, well, I don't want to get rid of their energy. I love their energy. But no, it's not, we're not saying that. That energy, well, yeah. Their influence or their love could be in your space. But ideally, it's best to run your body. You can still have love for them. You can still be with them, but their energy doesn't necessarily have to be in your space. Right. It's, yeah, your body, your body and your soul, your soul's relation to the body is going to work at optimum ability if it is all your own energy. Right. And some people might be, yeah, let's bring that up too. Some people might be afraid of this, right? Maybe they feel they wouldn't be able to operate, right, just within their own energy. And it is. Sometimes if you have been operating with a lot of influences from outside yourself, you might not recognize yourself. And I think, yeah, Diane's going to talk about that. But yeah, do it slow. Okay, do it slow. If you feel like you can't change the structure of your being to that degree, then do it slowly. Do it slowly. Right. So yeah, we're not saying wrong or right. We're just saying we're just offering some suggestions to be aware about what is in your space, who is in your space, and is that what you want? Right. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Professor. I've got one more guest and not too much more time. So thank you very much for coming. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is a good friend of mine coming in. Jeffrey. Jeffrey. Yep. Jeffrey. Yep. Hi. How you doing? Yep. Well, yeah, you're kind of the rock star. Yeah, you're kind of a rock star. Well, no, 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 I'm saying as my life as Marc. No, no, no. Have you been human? Have you? No. What are you saying? No, 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 no. You haven't really been human? Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Yep, 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 yep. Okay. Yeah. So Jeffrey, thanks for coming. Wait, you want to call Jeff? Jeff's okay. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for coming. Okay, so you want to talk about, okay, the creativity and how that works in your space. Right, 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 right. Okay, so let's say, yeah, music. Okay, let's just use music. Okay, now you're saying, yeah, music can influence you. Music can bring you joy. Music can make you sad. Music can, yeah. So what about some energy like that? Does it stay in your space for a long time? Right, right. Well, he's saying it could. It could. What if a song keeps going through your head a lot or something, or a song brings back a memory? Okay, now is that energy in your space? Well, yeah, it is. It is. That's energy that has come into your space. Is it necessarily um, yeah, is it something that you need to worry about? It all depends, right? Well, yeah, I mean, it's like, is it to, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Usually, I mean, yeah, music in general, I know, yeah, as Marc, I mean, that was my life. That was my life. I couldn't have, I couldn't have lived without music in my space. It kept me going. It helped me create who I was. So it was wonderful. So it's all your relation with it, your relationship to it, right? And what it means to you, right? But yeah, and there are also frequencies of energies, right? Right, 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 right. So it all depends. Usually creative um, aspects or creative energies are going to be at a higher frequency depending on what they are, right? And yeah, so like I said, you can take in, yeah, right? Hold on. Yeah, yep, yep, yep. Yeah. So we're just talking about you can have influences, but it's up to you where you want them to be and how important you want them to be. Okay, having a song go through your head, maybe not, yeah, or go through yeah, you listen to a song, it could go in and out, right? It may not linger, it could linger. There's a lot of space in your energy because there's no, well, it's not really space, but it all depends on your relationship to whatever it is and how you feel about it. And if you still want it there. Right, right, right. That's what we're talking about. Right, right, right. Yeah, so so Jeff's saying it's also important to keep in mind um, experiences, okay? How do you mean? How do you mean? Okay, so he's saying, yeah, experiences play a big role in who you are, at having this human experience. Well, you've never been human, so, okay, okay. Well, he's saying he knows what. Yeah, I know. You watch. Yeah, yeah, you've had a lot of other physical lives, and you deal a lot with creativity, and you understand how that affects a physical life. Right, 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 right. Yeah, you've been painters. You've been what else have you been? Yeah, you've been a, well, artist. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. You've done a lot. I know you've done a lot. We talk about it a lot. Okay, yeah. I'm running out of time, so let's just, yeah. Okay, okay, yeah. So he is just saying experiences also play a big part in who you are as a person, obviously, right? And those experiences can also stay, right? And that's an important thing to look at. Are you holding on to an experience that maybe is bringing your energy levels down, is bringing your frequency level down? Yeah, and so it's another thing to look at. What do you want to keep? What do you want to keep? What do you want to, yeah, I mean, you could have fond memories of someone who has passed on. That's not necessarily going to, yeah, it's going to be, yeah, if it's peaceful, if you think about it, what do you, yeah. Okay, so he's saying if you think about an experience that you had or an emotion that you feel, is it peaceful? Is it serene, right? If it's not, then maybe look at it and say, okay, well, and this, yeah, he's saying this can really, 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 really be hard. This can really, really be hard, okay? But getting yourself to the point where it can be that, okay? And he's saying, yeah, when time passes, sometimes, sometimes it will not be so either painful or noticeable. Okay, okay. But he's saying if you start healing now, then we're gonna, yeah, usually you're going to have to heal it either here or when you get back to spirit. And he's saying it's much more, well, it's nice. He's saying it's much nicer to heal it when you're still in the physical, because if you let go of a painful experience, if you can, then that will open up energy in for you to accept maybe something new and brighter and something more enjoyable. Yeah, yep, yep, yep. So yeah, and well, you could think of it as not really compartment. I can't say that word in English. Yeah, compartments. Okay, space compartments or energy compartments. If you want to visualize it like that, you can. Let's say you have a very painful experience and you're thinking, okay, well, or a sad memory, okay? And you're thinking, okay, well, yeah, I've held on to that for 20 years, 30 years or something like that. And it was an experience, but I'm ready to let it go. I'm ready to move on. So you could think of it as energy, seeing the energy in a compartment or in a room. Yeah, yeah. You can visualize your life as a hotel or a house that has rooms if you want. However you want to visualize it, however it's going to be easier. And sometimes it does help to visualize it, right? Right. Okay, so you can just, yeah, you could see the energy leaving, checking out, going somewhere else, getting on a train and going somewhere else. Just, yeah, leaving your space. Okay, so you can think about that and say, okay, well, now that room's available for another experience that I want to have, and I want to make it a higher frequency one, and I want to make it enjoyable and happy, whether it's meeting somebody new or going to some new place. Save the room for something like that. So you can do that too, right? Well, yeah, that's great. Thanks, Jeff. Yep. Great. Thanks a lot. Okay, see you soon. Okay. Yeah. Running out of time here. Okay. Yeah. No, this is good. Okay. So, yeah, I think I'll sign off for this week, but I just wanted to say that thank you everyone for giving me the opportunity to talk about this. Yeah, it's really important. It's really important. And we do in spirit want to help. We want to help with this. And yeah, so it's up to you. It's up to you, really. Yeah, it's up to you to, yeah, if you want to think about it, if you don't want to think about it. And yeah, you can always ask your guides for help with this. Even if you don't think that you have a connection with guides, if you ask them to help you with this, they will. And it might, again, not come in a way that's very apparent, or it might be very subtle. You might not even notice it, but they will definitely help you if you ask them. Okay. Yeah, that's it for this week. This is Marc signing off, and I'll be back soon. Yeah. Okay, I'm done.